Girls do this when trying to seduce you with innocent acts. Psychology tricks. What is essential is invisible to the eye. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Ever notice how the smallest, most harmless gestures can carry real charge? A light touch on the arm, a quick glance that lingers half a beat too long, a playful tease. On the surface, they're innocent, but they often serve a purpose to spark curiosity, lower your guard, and build attraction without saying a word. Today, we're decoding those subtle, sugar sweet behaviors some girls use when they're interested. Because these cues hide in plain sight, they're easy to miss or to misread. Understanding the psychology behind them helps you tell the difference between friendly and flirty and respond with confidence and respect. In short, we'll look at why innocent acts work, micro rewards for your brain, what they tend to signal, comfort, interest, or testing your vibe, and how to read the moment without overreacting. If you're ready to see the quiet signals most men overlook, let's dive in. 1. Stretching to reach items. When a woman stretches to reach something, that simple, seemingly innocent motion can say far more than words ever could. She knows what she's doing, even if she pretends not to. That arch of her back, the subtle lift of her arms, the effortless display of her curves, it's a dance between innocence and intention. Don't be fooled. This is where female psychology plays its finest game. It's not just about grabbing a mug off the top shelf. It's about creating a moment, a flash of attraction disguised as casual movement. In the world of psychology tricks, this one is as old as time, yet it still works like magic. The beauty of it lies in its subtlety. She doesn't have to say a word, yet she commands attention effortlessly. That's how to fall in love without even realizing it. A trick of the eyes, a whisper of body language, a spark that hits before logic catches up. You must understand this. When she stretches, she's not just moving, she's communicating. Her posture, her timing, the gentle sigh, all carefully wrapped in the charm of innocence. Be aware. Don't overanalyze, but don't ignore it either. This is female psychology in motion, soft, clever, and dangerously effective. Remember, attraction often hides in the smallest gestures. The way she moves, looks, or laughs, all part of the grand strategy of how to fall in love without ever saying, I want you. That is the silent art of seduction, one of the most fascinating psychology tricks of them all. 2. Asking for a lift is a favor. When she asks you for a lift, don't take it at face value. It's never just about a ride. It's often a carefully disguised excuse to spend time alone with you, without interruptions, without witnesses, without distractions. That's not coincidence. That's psychology. A car ride is one of the most underrated intimacy zones on Earth. Why? Because it feels casual. It's not a date. It's not a commitment. It's just a favor. But behind that innocent request hides a subtle test, one that reveals your masculine energy. Don't miss this. When a woman sits in your passenger seat, she's entering your world, your music, your pace, your rhythm. The confined space of the car creates a quiet current of connection. There's no direct eye contact most of the time, which actually makes conversation flow easier. People open up when they're side by side, not face to face. She knows that, consciously or not. Be aware of the silence. Sometimes it speaks louder than words. That pause between songs? That's not awkward. That's tension, the good kind. The kind that makes her wonder if you're a high value man or just another guy desperate for approval. Don't rush to impress. Be calm. Be grounded. Be the driver who knows his direction, literally and figuratively. That's what attracts women. It's not about the car, it's about the control. The way you handle the road mirrors how you handle life. And when the ride ends, watch how she thanks you. Gratitude can be a doorway, soft words, a lingering smile, maybe a next time. That's not just appreciation, it's an invitation. Remember, a high value man doesn't chase validation, he creates gravity. That's masculine energy in motion. So, the next time she says, Can you give me a ride? Don't just hear the words, hear the subtext. Because that's where seduction begins, not with the act, but with the intention behind it. 3. unintentionally leaving an item with you. When she accidentally leaves her scarf or book at your place, don't be fooled. It's rarely an accident. It's strategy. It's psychology in motion. She's planting a bridge, a reason to return, a thread to keep the story alive. As Sun Tzu said, the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. In this game of attraction, the battlefield is subtle, the moves delicate, but the intent is sharp. Her left behind item is not about forgetfulness, it's about connection. She knows that possession creates attachment and familiarity builds desire. When she returns to retrieve it, it's not just about the scarf, it's about her presence, her scent lingering, her energy reclaiming the space. You must see through the act. That is Old Stoic wisdom in practice, awareness without judgment, perception without entanglement. Don't be the man led by impulse. Be the man guided by clarity. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Apply that. Keep your iron mind steady. Recognize her intent, but control your reaction. That is how Stoicism wins, not by coldness, but by mastery. In modern life, where every interaction is layered with subtle games, you must stay grounded, decisive, and composed. Don't chase validation. Don't misread interest as destiny. Let's be clear, charm is a test, not a promise. Keep your balance, keep your focus. A true man of Stoic discipline knows when to lean in and when to step back. Remember, awareness is power, restraint is dominance, and the iron mind is your greatest weapon. Let Stoicism win again and again. 4. Choosing a shared umbrella. When a woman insists on sharing an umbrella with you, don't be fooled. It's not just about staying dry. That tiny space under the umbrella becomes her secret stage, where female psychology plays out with perfect subtlety. It's a classic move in the book of psychology tricks, designed to pull you closer, literally and emotionally. You feel her warmth brushing against you, her perfume mixing with the rain, and suddenly even the sound of droplets feels like background music in a scene that's no accident. That's right, she created it. Don't think it's coincidence. It's strategy wrapped in sweetness. The closeness feels innocent, almost natural, but that's the genius of how to fall in love. She makes it seem like you both just happened to end up there. Be aware of the way she tilts the umbrella just a bit your way, letting the rain threaten her shoulder, but never yours. Be alert when her laugh gets softer, her tone warmer, her eyes holding yours longer than they should. These aren't random moments. They're signals, soft, invisible threads pulling you in. She's not saying, "I like you," but every move whispers it. Don't miss the message hiding behind the raindrops. That's female psychology at its most artful, charming, graceful, and deliberate. And you must admit, it works. Because before you realize it, your heartbeat matches the rhythm of the rain, and you're already lost in her spell, caught perfectly between logic and emotion, wondering if sharing that umbrella was fate or the smartest of all psychology tricks. If you found this insight eye-opening, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to understand these subtle psychology tricks, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into human behavior. Speech balloon comment to remember: I stay aware and confident. 5. Recommending romantic books or songs. Pay close attention, my friend. When a woman recommends a love story or sends you a romantic song, it's not just casual. It's strategy wrapped in sweetness. That's her way of saying, "Hey, notice what stirs my heart." Think about it. She could be sharing anything, a thriller, a podcast, a cooking video, but she picks romance. Why? Because she's opening a window into her emotional world. She's letting you peek at what moves her, what melts her. That's not coincidence, that's intent. Don't ignore it. Be alert. Be curious. Ask her, "What do you love about that song?" or "What did you feel in that story?" When she talks, she's not just reviewing art, she's revealing her love language. Here's the real psychology trick. By seeing what she finds romantic, you discover how she wants to be seen. Maybe she dreams of slow dances and deep talks. Maybe she longs for someone who listens, really listens. Discussing that book or song later. That's her subtle way to test alignment, your views on love, affection, loyalty. She's checking, are you a man who understands emotion or just another guy scrolling through life? Don't just nod along. Be present. Show her that masculine energy, calm, grounded, and confident. That's what a high value man does. He doesn't get swept away by charm, he reads between the lines. Remember, a woman who sends you love songs isn't always confessing directly, sometimes she's planting seeds. And if you want to attract women with grace and power, learn to catch those signals. Because in the dance of attraction, it's not the loudest move that wins, it's the quietest one that means the most. 6. Inquiring about your dream date. When a woman asks you about your dream date, don't mistake it for idle curiosity. That's no random question. That's a test, a move, a calculated play in the psychology of attraction. She's probing your emotional blueprint, decoding what excites you, what melts your defenses, what draws out your softer edges. Don't be fooled by her smile. Behind it is intention. As Marcus Aurelius once said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That's Old Stoic wisdom in action. Control your reactions. Observe, don't get swept away. When she inquires about your ideal date, she's not gathering trivia. She's preparing to mirror your fantasies, to become the embodiment of your desire. That's her silent strategy, her innocent looking charm with a purpose. Remember, seduction is often not loud, it's subtle, it's layered, it's hidden beneath laughter and light conversation. You must see beyond the surface. Don't answer thoughtlessly, answer with intention. Reveal only what reflects your confidence, your composure, your iron mind. That's how a man wins, not by reacting, but by mastering himself. In modern life, where social media floods us with illusions and fast attention, the man who stays still inside, who embodies Stoicism becomes magnetic. He doesn't chase validation, he radiates power. When she tests you with questions, don't crumble into flattery, stand tall in your essence. That is the mark of mastery. That is how you command presence without trying. Let her see that your dream date isn't about location or luxury. It's about connection, authenticity, and control of energy. You must lead with clarity, not emotion. Because the man who knows what he wants, who acts with purpose and restraint, becomes unforgettable. Remember, Old Stoic wisdom never fades. The man with an iron mind doesn't get seduced by words, he seduces with silence. That's how Stoicism wins every single time. 7. Sending photos by accident. The accidental photo, a move so classic it deserves its own chapter in female psychology. She sends a picture that's just right. Maybe she's in cozy pajamas, a soft smile, or something a little more daring. Then comes the quick recovery. Oops, wrong person. Don't kid yourself, my friend, that oops wasn't an accident. It was precision disguised as innocence. This is one of those psychology tricks that walks the fine line between curiosity and temptation. It gives her control while letting her test your response. If you take the bait and flirt back, she gets her confirmation. You're interested. If you don't, she retreats behind the safety net of plausible denial. That's genius, low risk, high reward. It's female psychology at work, not chaos, calculation. She's studying your reaction, reading your tone, your words, your emojis. Every haha or no worries is a data point in her emotional experiment. Don't be naive. Be aware. That's the game. That's how the dance begins. You must recognize the intention behind the act, not to judge it, but to understand it. Because understanding is power and power is attraction. In this modern world of instant messages and social media, a picture can say 1,000 things that words never dare. That's why you must stay composed. Don't rush. Don't stumble. Be calm, confident. A man who doesn't get thrown off by a digital spark. That's how you master psychology tricks and learn how to fall in love without losing control. Because true strength lies not in reacting but in reading, and when you can read her silent language, you win the game before it begins. 8. Asking for clothing advice. When a woman asks you, "What should I wear?" stop and think. That's not just an innocent fashion question. That's strategy dressed in silk. She's not after your fashion sense, she's after your focus. That's her subtle way of saying, notice me, imagine me. And whether you realize it or not, she just pulled you into her orbit. This is one of those clever psychological moves where curiosity becomes connection. When she sends two pictures, maybe one in a sleek black dress, another in something soft and playful, she's not testing the outfit, she's testing you. She's watching your reaction, feeling your energy, and deciding whether your response mirrors her attraction. Don't be naive. Be aware. Be composed. Be a high value man. That is the moment when your masculine energy speaks louder than words. Don't drool, don't flatter, respond with calm confidence. Say something that shows taste and restraint, like, that one suits your energy best. Because here's the truth, she doesn't want a stylist. She wants a man whose attention feels like power, not weakness. This playful request is her way of planting herself in your thoughts, making sure you see her not just as another woman, but as the woman. And when you play it right, when you respond with composure and not thirst, you attract women effortlessly, not through trying, but through mastery. It's a classic dance between curiosity and control. She gives you a peek, you give her presence. She flirts through question, you lead through energy. That's how a high value man operates, steady, confident, unshaken. Because while she's inviting your eyes, what truly draws her in is your masculine energy, the kind that makes her feel both safe and intrigued. Remember this, she doesn't want to pick a dress. She wants to know if she picked your attention. If you understood this, you've already stepped into the mindset of a high value man, calm, aware, and in control. Most men get tested and fail. You won't. Comment this with conviction. I lead with composure, not desire. 9. Creating a playlist just for you. When a woman creates a playlist just for you, don't overlook it. Music is never random. Every song, every lyric, every rhythm is a whisper from her subconscious. When the melodies lean toward passion and desire, understand that it's not coincidence, it's communication. She's speaking through sound, revealing what words can't yet confess. Each song is a coded message, a mosaic of emotions stitched together by rhythm and feeling. That's how seduction works today, not always through touch or talk, but through shared experiences, small gestures, and soundtracks that pull you closer. As Marcus Aurelius once said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Apply that old Stoic wisdom here. Don't be blinded by charm. See with clarity. A man with an iron mind listens differently. He decodes, he observes, he wins. That is Stoicism win, reading beneath the surface, never reacting impulsively, mastering the game of psychology with calm authority. In modern life, where emotions hide behind playlists, texts, and stories, you must train your perception. Don't chase validation, let awareness be your edge. Recognize intent, understand patterns, but stay grounded. As Epictetus taught, we suffer not from events, but from our judgment of them. So judge wisely. When she sends that playlist, listen, but listen like a strategist, not a dreamer. Let the music move you, but never control you. Be the man who reads signals without losing composure, who feels deeply yet acts with discipline. That is power. That is mastery. That is the essence of Old Stoic wisdom, the code of the iron mind. 10. Inviting you for a walk. When a woman invites you for a walk, especially somewhere peaceful or beautifully lit by the evening sky, don't be fooled into thinking it's just about getting some steps in or enjoying the fresh air. That's not random, it's strategy wrapped in sweetness. In female psychology, this simple act is one of the oldest psychology tricks in the book. A walk gives her the perfect setting, quiet enough for closeness, open enough for subtle flirtation. Don't underestimate the power of a gentle stroll under the stars. It's not just movement, it's momentum. She's deliberately choosing a place where emotions can breathe and boundaries can blur. The soft rhythm of walking side by side creates a natural sense of connection. Your energies align without forcing anything. That's how to fall in love slowly, naturally, almost imperceptibly. She knows that when the world quiets down, words start to mean more, glances last longer, and laughter lingers like perfume. This isn't coincidence, it's calculated charm, a graceful play of timing and emotion. Be aware of how she positions herself beside you, how her voice softens, how she lets silence fill the air just enough for your heartbeat to echo in it. Don't mistake innocence for indifference. She's opening a door, but you must choose to walk through it. That is female psychology at its most subtle. Every step is an invitation, every smile a test, and every moment an unspoken signal. Don't ignore it. Recognize it. That's one of those quiet psychology tricks that can turn a casual walk into the beginning of something magnetic and unforgettable. 11. Offering to share her dessert. Gentlemen, never underestimate the power of a spoonful of tiramisu. When a woman offers you a bite of her dessert, it's not just about the cake, it's about connection. That small gesture, that tiny piece of cheesecake, carries a world of meaning beneath its sugary surface. Don't be fooled by the innocence of it. That offer to try a bite is a test, a signal, and sometimes an invitation. She's not just sharing calories, she's sharing comfort, curiosity, and a slice of her world. It's her way of saying, I trust you enough to cross this tiny boundary. And that, my friend, is where chemistry begins. The act of sharing food taps into ancient instincts. It's primal, intimate. When she leans in with that spoon, her eyes holding yours, that's masculine energy meeting feminine magnetism. The air changes. You feel it. A high value man doesn't just grab the spoon, he reads the moment. He holds her gaze. He slows down time. Be aware. Be composed. That's the key. Because this isn't just dessert, it's dance. It's psychology. She's using softness to disarm your logic. Her innocent offer carries unspoken desire, and your response reveals your confidence. Don't act desperate. Don't fumble. Smile. Lean in just enough. Appreciate the playfulness, but stay centered in your power. Women are attracted to masculine energy that feels calm, grounded, and deliberate. That is how you attract women without saying a word, by staying the high value man who understands that even the simplest gesture can be an invitation written in sugar and charm. 12. Lightly grazing you while walking. When she walks beside you and her arm grazes yours, don't think it's random. Nothing in attraction is ever truly accidental. That light brush, that fleeting spark of contact, is her silent language, a test, a whisper from her subconscious saying, do you feel this too? It's the psychology of proximity, the ancient game of touch disguised as coincidence. As the old Stoics taught, control your reaction and you control the outcome. You must understand, this is her way of breaking the invisible wall between you without saying a word. That's how attraction begins quietly, strategically, deliberately. In modern life, where most interactions are digital and distant, that tiny physical connection carries massive weight. It's rare, it's real, and it's loaded with intention. Don't overreact. Don't freeze. Be the calm center in the storm of emotion. Show restraint, because restraint breeds mystery. That is the essence of Old Stoic wisdom, mastering yourself before mastering the moment. The man with an iron mind doesn't chase validation, he lets the world come to him. When her touch lingers, let your energy speak louder than words. Hold your composure, stand tall, and let silence become your strength. Marcus Aurelius once said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Apply that here. This is where Stoicism wins, not in suppressing emotion, but in ruling it. So next time her shoulder brushes yours, remember, she's testing the waters, and you must be the steady rock in the tide. That is confidence. That is control. And that is how a man of discipline turns fleeting contact into lasting attraction. And if you find today's content very interesting, please give me a word of encouragement by commenting "very interesting" in the comments section. That is a huge motivation for us. Thank you. 13. Suggesting you try on a certain perfume or cologne. When a woman tells you to try on a certain perfume or cologne, don't think she's just being helpful. She's playing with one of the oldest psychology tricks in the book. This is about senses, proximity, and emotional connection. The moment she sprays that scent and leans in close to see how it smells, she's intentionally closing the space between you. That's not coincidence. That's female psychology in motion. She's engaging the sense most tied to memory and attraction. Studies show scent triggers emotions faster than words ever could. She knows that. Her goal isn't just to find your perfect fragrance, it's to create a moment you'll remember every time you catch that smell again. That is subtle seduction. Don't overlook it. When she breathes in, close enough that you can feel her presence, she's doing more than sniffing. She's syncing her rhythm with yours. She's inviting chemistry without saying a word. Be aware of that. Don't flinch. Don't break eye contact. Let her come close, but hold your frame. Confidence in such moments is magnetic. Women sense it instantly. This is how to fall in love through small, sensory bonds that feel innocent but hit deep. She's testing how you handle closeness, how you react when the air between you thickens with subtle tension. Remember, scent is invisible yet unforgettable. So when she says, "You should wear this," she's not just talking about cologne. She's imagining how you'd feel beside her wearing it. That's the unspoken art of female psychology, where fragrance becomes flirtation and psychology tricks become emotional connection. Be the man who recognizes it, and you'll master not just attraction, but the unseen science of how to fall in love. 14. Playfully challenging you to a game. When a woman playfully challenges you to a game, don't be fooled. It's never just about winning or losing. It's a move wrapped in laughter, competition, and charm, but underneath it all, it's one of the oldest psychology tricks in the book. The game is the excuse, you're the focus. Whether it's a cheeky round of pool, a teasing card match, or a ridiculous game of Twister that conveniently places you inches apart, she's creating a safe space where attraction can spark without either of you saying a word. This is how women flirt while keeping it innocent. She's breaking the touch barrier, testing your energy, and measuring your confidence. A high value man doesn't miss that. He plays along but stays composed. He enjoys the moment but never loses his center. That is masculine energy in motion, steady, playful, powerful. When she laughs, bumps into you, or jokingly calls you out for cheating, don't take it lightly. Every playful jab, every accidental touch, is her way of saying, "I like being around you." The fun is just the wrapping paper. What's underneath is emotional tension disguised as amusement. Be witty. Be grounded. Don't get overly competitive or flustered. Remember, you're not just playing a game, you're leading the dance. Women are drawn to men who can enjoy themselves without losing control. That calm confidence attracts women more than fancy words ever will. The way you handle small moments like these reveals everything: your composure, your awareness, your charm. So, next time she playfully challenges you, don't roll your eyes, smile. Step into it. Meet her energy with your masculine energy. Let her feel that quiet, grounded power that only a high value man carries. Because in the end, it's not about the game, it's about the chemistry that plays out between every move, every laugh, every glance. And that's the real victory. 15. Choosing couple activities as a joke. When a woman laughs and says something like, "Wouldn't it be hilarious if we went on a tandem bike ride like an old married couple?" Stop and think. That's not just a joke, that's strategy disguised as humor. In Old Stoic wisdom, laughter often hides intention. She's testing emotional ground, checking if you'll step closer or retreat. It's her subtle way of saying, "I want connection, but I won't risk rejection." That is female psychology at its finest, playful, cautious, yet purposeful. Don't dismiss it. Don't overanalyze it. Recognize the game beneath the giggle. She's giving you an opening, a moment where her guard drops behind a smile. The modern world complicates dating, social media masks emotion, and everyone pretends not to care. That's why this couple activity joke is powerful. It's lighthearted camouflage for genuine curiosity. And that's where your response matters. Be sharp. Be calm. A man with an iron mind doesn't chase validation. He observes. He understands. He leads. Show interest without attachment. If she jokes about being a pretend couple, play along with confidence, not desperation. Remember what Marcus Aurelius said: you have power over your mind, not outside events. That is the core of Stoicism win. Control your reaction, and you control the outcome. Don't blush. Don't fumble. Smile and let your presence speak louder than your words. Because a woman tests not your wit, but your composure. The moment you handle her teasing with calm certainty, she feels your strength. That's attraction born from discipline, not flattery. That is victory. That is mastery. So, next time she jokes about being your fake girlfriend, know this: she's not playing a game, she's inviting one. And if your mind is steady, your energy grounded, and your iron mind unshaken, then, my friend, Stoicism wins again. 16. Randomly sending a heart or a kiss emoji. In the modern world, where screens have replaced glances and texting has replaced whispers, even a tiny emoji can carry enormous meaning. When she suddenly sends you a heart or a kiss emoji, don't underestimate it. That's not random, that's strategy. It's one of those clever psychology tricks women use to test the waters without ever saying the words. She's sending warmth wrapped in pixels, a digital spark disguised as playfulness. It's her way of saying, I'm thinking about you, while pretending it's casual. That's female psychology in action: subtle, safe, but full of intention. Don't rush to overanalyze, but don't ignore it either. The heart emoji isn't just decoration, it's communication. It's emotion hidden in simplicity. It's curiosity in code. And yes, it's often the first step in how to fall in love in today's digital jungle. Be aware of the timing, the tone, and the pattern. When she sends it late at night or drops it after a joke, she's flirting in plain sight while keeping her pride intact. She wants to see if you catch on, if you'll mirror her energy. That's why your response matters. Don't react like every other guy, be intentional. A simple, confident reply can turn casual texting into connection. But if you act needy or overly eager, the magic vanishes instantly. That's the beauty of female psychology. She's playing chess while most men are playing checkers. You must be alert, grounded, and genuine. Don't mistake her emoji for nothing. It's a signal, an invitation, a spark. Recognize the moment, but stay calm. That is confidence. That is awareness. In the world of modern attraction, sometimes how to fall in love begins not with a grand gesture, but with a single heart sent from her phone to yours, a digital whisper that says, your move. If you found this insight powerful, hit like, share it with someone who needs to understand the real meaning behind that heart emoji, and subscribe for more psychology secrets. Speech balloon comment to remember: a heart emoji isn't random, it's strategy, curiosity, and invitation. 17. Picking a scary movie for movie night. Ah, the let's watch a scary movie classic, the oldest, most charming psychology trick in the flirtation handbook. Don't be naive. When she suggests a horror film, she isn't just after thrills from the screen. She's setting the stage for something far more instinctive: closeness. The dark room, the flickering light, the sudden jump scare, all perfectly designed to make her lean in, grab your arm, or curl up next to you. That's not fear, my friend, that's strategy. She's creating a moment where physical touch feels natural, not forced. That is female psychology at work: soft, clever, and disguised as coincidence. Be the calm in the chaos. A high value man doesn't jump at the first scream, he stays composed, steady, grounded. She's not just watching the movie, she's watching you. Every reaction is a silent signal. Do you flinch? Do you laugh it off? Do you offer comfort with quiet confidence? This is her way of measuring your masculine energy. She wants to feel safe in your presence, to know that you're the man who stays centered when the world shakes, even if it's just on Netflix. Don't overdo it. Don't turn it into a performance. Be subtle. Be present. Let your body language do the talking: relaxed shoulders, steady tone, warm smile. When she inches closer, don't pull away. Don't smother her either. Let the tension breathe. That is how you attract women without trying, by embodying calm power when she invites chaos. Remember, gentlemen, she's not testing your taste in movies, she's testing your composure. Every shiver, every laugh, every shared glance is a dance between safety and excitement. Handle it right, and she'll associate that thrill not with the monster on screen, but with you. That's the moment a high value man turns a movie night into magnetic connection, because true masculine energy doesn't chase fear, it transforms it into attraction. 18. Showing interest in astrology. When she suddenly starts talking about zodiac signs and compatibility, don't dismiss it as random chatter. That's not small talk, that's strategy. When she says, I'm a Scorpio and you're a Taurus, they say we're pretty compatible. She's not reading your horoscope, she's reading you. This is one of the oldest and most charming tools in female psychology, the art of curiosity disguised as conversation. She's opening a door without knocking too loudly, testing your energy, gauging your mindset. As Old Stoic wisdom teaches, perception shapes reality. She's creating a reality where closeness feels natural and destiny feels playful. Don't scoff at it. Don't act too logical. Engage with calm authority. Let her see that you have an iron mind, curious, but not carried away. Because this isn't about the stars, it's about emotional intelligence. In the modern world, where dating often feels mechanical, this astrological banter brings warmth back into the mix. It's her way of saying, tell me who you are, without the risk of direct vulnerability. A man with stoicism win understands the balance. He listens, he smiles, he responds with wit and confidence. You must not mock her belief. You must master the moment. Show her that your strength doesn't lie in dismissing her playfulness, but in leading it. When she connects signs to personality traits, use that as an opportunity to express your grounded nature. Speak from clarity, not pride. That is the path of control. That is the discipline of a man who understands human behavior beyond surface talk. Marcus Aurelius once said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Remember that when she flirts through the stars. Don't get pulled into superstition, let it become your stage. Be the calm, confident force that turns her curiosity into connection. That's how Old Stoic wisdom still conquers the modern dance of attraction. Because when your mind is steady, your presence unshakable, and your confidence subtle, even the universe seems to align, and that, my friend, is how Stoicism wins. 19. Dropping hints about being cold. When she says, I'm feeling a little chilly, don't think she's just talking about the weather. That's not a temperature check, that's a psychology trick. It's one of the simplest yet most powerful moves in female psychology. She's testing your awareness, your instincts, and your ability to respond like a man who understands how to fall in love begins with small gestures. That innocent line, paired with a glance in your direction, is her way of opening the door, softly, subtly, without losing her composure. She's inviting you to step into the role of warmth, comfort, and quiet strength. Don't miss it. Don't overthink it. Be the man who moves with confidence, not hesitation. Offering your jacket isn't just about being polite, it's symbolic. It says, I notice you. I protect you. I lead. That's the silent language of attraction. In modern life, where everyone hides behind screens and fast replies, these little moments of human connection are rare and meaningful. When she drops that hint, she's not asking for fabric, she's asking for energy, reassurance, presence. It's her way of saying, can I trust you to take the lead? You must rise to that moment with calm authority. Don't make a big deal out of it. Don't tease her too long. Act because action is what builds emotional magnetism. That is female psychology in motion, subtle cues that separate men who see from men who miss. Remember, women rarely say what they mean directly. They hint, they test, they invite. And if you understand the art of warmth, you'll see that I'm cold is never just about being cold. It's about seeing whether your presence makes her feel safe. That's the beginning of how to fall in love. Recognize it, respond to it, and let your quiet strength speak louder than words. As we wrap up our look at the innocent acts that women use to seduce you, remember this: psychology can reveal a lot about attraction, but real connection always comes from respect and understanding. So, if you notice these signs, don't just jump to conclusions. Take it slow, observe, and focus on genuine communication. That's where true attraction grows. Up next, you can check out the body language that women use to attract you, or explore how to respond to a girl flirting with you. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights just like these. See you in the next one.